starting.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Okay.
it tells me.
It says, and I'm supposed to tell you I'm recording, so you don't,
Oh, is this
not
my
realize you're not.
consent? Do I have to give you my consent?
No, because it's being
They
recorded no
didn't
matter
ask
what.
me for it. I should have gotten
I
a
know.
pop-up like yes or
You
no.
you should know better. I do a lot of indiscriminate filming of you.
That's true.
It actually is true. On that note, we started recording anyway. So, welcome to another video, everybody. We've got great friend Nate here. I know I have so many viewers on this channel. By the way, I think I'm at 100+ subscribers on the vlog channel.
Wow,
And
that's a big deal.
as I've told Kenny many times, no advertising. Apparently, I told him that like 100 times before he.
What about once you get to like 150? So
we're gonna have a celebration.
Yeah.
Smash that subscribe notification.
Smash the subscribe,
as the kids say. And anyway, I know a lot of the viewers miss you, so I asked Nate would you be in a video, and Nate also has been asking me for. He's like, "Hey, I really want to be on your vlog channel," and I'm like, "Hold on, I have some uploads coming," and he kept asking. So the day has come where it's like, of course you can be in it. He didn't like dread getting that text and roll his eyes and
I
dread the whole
didn't
thing.
Just get a text out of the blue like,
no.
Hey, can you record this thing with me? And I definitely didn't say, John who? I don't remember.
Yeah, you're like, oh, isn't that acquaintance I know?
Yeah, that coworker, I think.
Yeah, the coworker, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That was nice. That was nice. Just so the viewers know, in case I never recorded this elsewhere, Nate referred to me as his coworker and not his friend when we were deep into a friendship.
Well, okay. I mean, the circumstances were that I don't even remember, but it didn't.
You're talking to your sister.
Oh well,
I was in the car with you. So it's a close family member.
Helps set the context for how we know each other, right? By saying that we work together.
I just thought I was a friend. I was shocked and disappointed. But it is what it is. And I want to warn the viewers, I apparently have a spotty connection in this room. So camera might go out. Nate, you might be delayed in me hearing your answer. So Penelope might have followed me from the house.
Your last house was haunted. So.
Yeah, Kevin knows well. Oh, one sec. Drop my headphone. Oh, and I do want to call out. I purposely did this. I'm going to be drinking out of a California mug.
Smart.
To represent California on one side, and then I just have this on hand. This is to represent New Jersey because it's the closest thing. Yeah, when I went to the Statue of Liberty without you, when I went there.
Okay.
So
it's not New York, right?
I know it's New York, but it's the closest thing. There's nothing that really represents.
Actually, I might be closer to the Statue of Liberty than.
Fun fact, you are.
I mean, New Jersey in general is. Yeah, it's on the Jersey side, but I think
it's just
yourself.
They just did like a little weird border for it. So see, you learned something new on this channel. So I visited Nate and we didn't go together. I just went solo.
Didn't tell me about it. So
no, no, that time I.
Oh, that time you did, but the other time
you didn't join me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might have twice gone to New York City without telling you because I was only there for like a day.
You could still say like, hey, I'm in the area.
Yeah. I also spilled coffee on my sweatpants.
I guess that's what friends would do, but coworkers might not. So.
I guess that's the difference. Maybe if someone considered me a friend, I would have done that. I will say this. I wish I recorded when we last hung out because we had a great California adventure, not the theme park, just a California adventure when you were here. And I even thought to myself, I should vlog this, but I just come from, filming a lot of vlogs with Kenny because we just went on a national park tour again. And so I was like, I'll just not do it. But we went hiking in the Redwoods. We went to In-N-Out for lunch. We went to Pete's.
I almost died hiking in the Redwoods before we even really started hiking, remember?
No. I don't remember every time you almost died.
I was exhausted and we were trying to get up the hill and it was only like 1/10 of a mile into it. And I was very tired. You don't remember this? I mean, it was right after In-N-Out, so like we.
Oh yes. I'm kind of remembering.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense, but you're a little bit of like a wimp.
I have not moved from this chair in 10 months.
That I believe. Actually, I fully believe. Had you not been climbing the steps before we started this video, I would actually believe that.
I actually was out of breath coming up the steps, so.
That I fully believe. And then we ended with Chick-fil-A, which is not a California specific spot, but it would have made a great video and I regret it. So I want all the viewers to just imagine what we did from what I just said. And
let's just sit down and think about it
just
and
close your
visualize.
eyes.
Right, yeah.
I really do regret it. I was like, that would have been a great one.
It was. It was a good day.
It was such a nice day.
Yeah.
Next time.
Next
Why
time.
don't you come out here again? I think travel.
Yeah, you want me to sit on a plane for 6 hours?
I think travel's safe. They just, I think, locked down New York again.
It just sounds like a lot. Like I can't even handle going into the store for an hour with a mask on. I don't know how people wear it.
I know. I don't know either. And they go to Disney World. They go to theme parks.
Yeah.
How?
Or like all the people who work with masks for like at least 8 hours of the day, they just have.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments how you do that. Just kidding. No one watches this.
It does tell you though, like how bad your breath smells. So like after you eat something, especially something garlicky or something.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
when you have a mask on, you're just breathing and smelling your own breath. It's
everything. Which
I think it's actually a good thing because there's a lot of people around me that have bad breath. You know, and it would just be nice that if people are, you know, courteous and they just wore a mask when they have bad breath.
Yeah.
So that other people don't have to smell it.
That's actually not a bad idea going forward. Not a
terrible idea, yeah.
And I actually sneezed into a mask recently, and that was really bad.
Well, that's the thing is like, so I see both sides of it, which is like, I see people like sneezing and coughing like outside the mask, right?
Yeah.
But I mean,
I sneezed into it. Yeah.
Yeah. But like you're, I guess, supposed to do it into it, but also that sounds gross.
It's bad. Sneezes definitely have an aroma.
Yeah, and it's just sitting there.
Yeah, it's not good. And then when the place I was in, the woman near me like didn't want to come at all near me from sneeze. I sneezed into it though. It was into the mask.
Yeah,
I can understand, but it's not like I took off the mask. But she was like a little offended. But
I mean, what they need are masks with tissues, like removable tissues that you put inside, so that you sneeze and then you pull out the.
Hold on, don't say anything else on this vlog. You will see me and Nate on Shark Tank soon. Ooh. That's a good idea. All right, so I was telling Nate we have, again, because he was begging to be on the channel again,
of course.
I pulled a list of random questions from Table Topics, in case you're wondering. They're not that random. I tried to pull interesting ones.
I have that. Actually.
Do you have table? You should pull this next time.
Yeah, I think I was gifted it, but I never used it. So.
Well, then, you know what? You can spin this. We'll do you get to be in one again. Okay, you can ask me some. I think I might have grabbed too many for what we have. So we'll see.
How much time do we have?
I mean, this can go for hours.
Perfect.
This could go for like 3 hours if we want. I'm just kidding. Maybe. All right. So here's the first one. I want you to answer this first. I'm going to guess some of your answers.
Who else would answer it?
Well, I want you to answer first. I could answer first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, there's nobody else in the room. I mean,
unless the ghost, like you mentioned.
You're
so
right.
if we hear EVP. All right. So what's your favorite fast food meal?
I know what you're gonna make me say.
No,
you're right.
Well, no, I don't. I'm conflicted on this one.
For me?
Yeah. I think there are two. I think it comes down to
the obvious answer is McDonald's. And I have a whole story there that I feel like we have to tell everybody.
I don't even know what it is, but please.
The story that there's a McDonald's when I was in California, there's a McDonald's like a block, maybe 2 blocks. Let's give me the benefit of the doubt. It was 2 blocks away.
It was 2.
And I would go to that McDonald's definitely more often than I should. And every time I would drive. I would not walk. I would get in my car and I would drive through the drive-through, and then I'd drive back.
Yeah. At any point, did you think like, oh, I'm about to consume like 2,000 plus calories? I should.
No, not really.
No. Okay. Just wondering.
I just thought like, man, it's 9 o'clock at night. I haven't eaten anything. No other place sounds good or is open. Let me get some McDonald's.
Oh, because you would go all day without eating, right? When you were unsupervised.
It's gotten worse since quarantine. I just forget to eat.
Yeah, but you live with your wife. You think you'd get reminders.
Yeah, but I'm the cook. I'm the cook.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm kidding. I've actually never had your cooking. Okay, I thought you were gonna. I had a feeling it was McDonald's
or Chick-fil-A. Was that the?
Ooh, no, I was gonna say In-N-Out.
Ooh, In-N-Out. I mean, like In-N-Out's all right, but I wouldn't call it like one of my favorite.
Really?
Like, I mean, if I'm only given one option, I wouldn't put In-N-Out in the first, and probably not even the top 2. I think Chick-fil-A would be my second.
Okay, good to know. Well, Both of those options are available in New Jersey. So you're in luck. I guess for mine, I would normally I would say In-N-Out. But trying to be healthier and forcibly by my doctor.
But that's not part of the question. Okay, I said McDonald's for my first one, so I've already lost the health challenge.
Oh, I know. This is what happened though recently. So being that like I was told like, hey, you need to eat a little healthier from 2 doctors. Even though I thought I was eating decently healthy, healthily is the word. I think it is. I've discovered recently. Have you been to Super Duper Burger since you've been to the Bay Area?
No.
Ooh, we really, you never went with us?
Never heard of it.
Okay. Well, if you're ever out here again, and if I'm out here too, we'll go there because it's really good. And they actually have, this is the truth, they have a really good veggie burger.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but now I don't eat as much of that crap. And now I mostly am vegan.
Mostly, okay.
I say mostly because I still eat meat once in a while. But it's no more than like once a week.
Oh, that's really good.
So like, 5 to 6 days of the week, I'd say I'm eating mostly vegan or vegetarian. So
wow.
Yeah.
Well, you're out of luck with McDonald's. I think they're bringing the McRib back. So you may want to change
nothing
that.
in that place. The salad, I'm sure, has meat in it. So,
but I will say In-N-Out otherwise. And I'm shocked you didn't, but it's all right that you didn't.
I mean, it's good. It's just,
I don't know. I thought you were more of a fan when you were.
I'd say it's probably my third though, so it makes the top 3.
Okay, well, I'll accept that answer.
It doesn't need your acceptance, but thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You cut out there. This was a good question for us because we're both basically the same age. A lot of viewers probably don't realize that, but
of course,
in the scheme of like,
he doesn't get confused for my dad or anything.
No, never. And again, I said in the scheme of like time, like all time.
Oh, of course, right.
We're very close. We're extremely close in age.
Yeah. Same with me and like Queen Elizabeth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Same thing.
Yeah. 11 years, not that much of a difference. Reply in the comments below if you agree. We're going to get weird comments on that if we ever do. But again, no one watches this. Okay, next question.
Exactly.
What's changed most in your lifetime? See how it goes with the whole.
What has changed the most? Probably polar ice.
Oh, that's a nice depressing one. It's true.
Very depressing. Sad. Have you seen Our Planet?
No. Is that the Al Gore one? No, that's an Inconvenient Truth.
No, it's the crap, I forget the guy's name who does the voiceover, but it's very depressing because it just talks about the whole time, like it shows all these great pictures and everything, and then they cut to like a polar bear that's like literally starving and ice thinning, and you just walk away with it like, wow, well, now what?
Oh, that's
and on that note,
but I could totally see that actually. And I keep getting headlines because I looked it up once about like the Arctic's like like rivers are melting or something like that, and then a time capsule that was buried 2 years ago has already drifted to Ireland. So it's from 2018, and it was meant to be because of the
right.
But our current, just not to get too political for a second, but our current president says not to worry, just wait, things will cool down. That's cycles, a quote. Right? Yeah, cycles. And cycles, as we've heard. Yeah, right. Wise man once said. For me, because we're almost the same age, it's probably actually for me, this is the truth for me, because you probably won't relate to this with our age gap.
Okay.
The internet itself. So when I was like technology in general, because when I was in high school, even landline. I called friends on a landline. There was no looking at each other like we get to wonderfully right now.
Right.
And mobile phones not really a thing. Then that came in more when I was in college, and then the whole like video online was like a huge deal because when I graduated college, I was like, I want to get into TV, and then there was no YouTube, and then YouTube launched the year I graduated when I was in Hollywood, and I was like, you can upload videos finally online. I'm gonna like put all my great content, and like you're welcome, viewers, because that's
early YouTube was a gold mine of just good content.
Oh yeah,
like everything on YouTube was just amazing.
Oh yeah, it's the early days. And I had dial-up. Did you ever have dial-up?
I had dial-up. I remember.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was young. I was very young.
You're probably like 2.
No. I had dial-up because I remember my mom. First off, I remember the sound of dial-up.
Yeah, right.
Like that thing
Okay,
is burned into everybody's memory.
I'm glad you actually remember that. I was going to do the impersonation because I thought you didn't know.
Still. Of course. For all the viewers who don't know what dial-up is, you got to do this.
Here we go. We'll do it for a second, then you can get back to this. Okay. It was like nee, donk.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. But I remember my mom, like, you know, the whole like get off the computer because I got to make a call thing.
Yeah,
like that was very real. It's just like,
I really thought by pulling this question you would not have had that.
Oh no, I had dial-up. I think I also lived in the middle of nowhere for
that's true
my childhood, so that maybe helped. But and then I think that was probably up until I was like 12 is maybe when I guess we switched over to, I guess at the time it must have been like broadband or something. But yeah, that's true. The internet has changed, obviously, probably the most. But I think, I don't know. I feel like it almost feels like we're a little bit more a part of it. So it's hard to like observe it, I guess, from the outside, if that makes sense.
I think it's true, but I think for older millennials, which I think it's so controversial. I think I just make the cut from many lists. I've seen it's 80 and above, and I was born past 80. So, yeah, here he goes pulling it up. But for an old millennial like myself, it's more apparent. There's more of like a
researchers and popular media use the early 1980s as starting birth years and the mid 1990s to early 2000s as ending birth years. Okay. That's a wide range.
83. That's like you're out enough into the 80s that
generally accepted range is 81 to 96.
So I'm pretty safe in that. Anyway. But for me, it is more apparent, and almost everything was new for me. But maybe for you too. Like even apps, like kids nowadays, they start Instagrams when they're like 10. I started Instagram when I was like 29 because that's when it became prevalent. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not. I mean, social media is not my thing, right? So like I don't use Facebook. I don't use Instagram, Twitter, none of that.
Right. But you're lucky you have me because I've made you famous through this.
Right. But like I feel like there's always something new of that coming out every day.
Yeah, it's true.
I feel I'm like, oh, these kids, kids these days using this thing.
Well, I felt like I was too old for Snapchat, honestly, and a lot of people my age don't use Snapchat, and I know you do.
Yeah, Snapchat's. I don't know. It's one of those things I think a lot of people should give it a chance because I think it's really cool.
Oh, I don't think it's necessarily bad, but I think for some reason it's just an age that nobody my age ever used it. And then I remember when we'd see each other in person, you used it all the time. But TikTok, I feel like I'm like beyond.
See, TikTok was funny for a bit, and then it just, I don't know, I got sick of it and I uninstalled it. And then I was like, well, it's probably Chinese spyware anyway, so I probably
right. Well, you already got your info.
Yeah,
but
I mean, the damage is done.
Last time you were over at my house, you watched it, I believe, for 3 hours straight on my couch.
Sounds correct. Yes.
So they got plenty of info on you.
Yeah.
That's something we could deep dive in further one day because technology itself. But we're gonna move on. Okay, you better answer this correctly. What's your favorite candy? There's only one answer to this. You better get it right.
Reese's.
Yes.
Yeah.
I say Reese's. Is it Reese's? I say.
So
I think the commercials say Reese's.
I had a debate about exactly this topic with another group of people, and the general consensus is Reese's.
You're right.
Because it's like it's the possessive form of Reese.
Right.
But it sounds better when you say Reese's Pieces, even though that makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
But it rhymes and it's cool, so that's what I say, and that's how I'm going to live my life, is saying Reese's.
Well, you live your life incorrectly, but we already knew that going in. No, I agree with you. That's number one. Number two is Kit Kat for me.
Kit Kats are decent, but I feel like they're always just missing something. You know what I mean? Like it's just wafer and chocolate. It's like it gets a little boring. You can't just sit there and like binge eat a bunch of Kit Kats. Well, I can.
Yes, you can. I have, and this is probably why my doctors had to talk to me. But the have you ever had? It's a bag, and they come like they're smaller, and the ratio is way better. I forget the exact size. They're not fun size.
Yeah, just the two.
This is not fun size. It comes in its own bag. I have to find it and send it to you because it's in the aisle that's like surrounded by other candies where it's not the fun size individually wrapped. It's all lumped in as one.
Oh,
the best ratio. Bites. I think they're called Kit Kat Bites, I believe.
Kit Kat Bites. Okay.
It'll change your life.
I don't think it will.
It's just like I've changed your life. Probably. Same level.
Sure, we'll go with that.
What do you like most about the state where you live? We should clarify again in case anyone missed the beginning. I'm in California. Nate is in New Jersey.
Not much.
I would agree.
I live here because I have to. What do I like about New Jersey? It's close to the water. I don't even care.
You're close to. Do you like New York City? Kind of. Not really though, right? You're close to that.
It's actually nice. What I'll say is I'm not a big I don't like living in cities, but I like being near cities.
Right.
Which I would never live in San Francisco, but I love being close to San Francisco. Same thing with New York, right? I'd never live in New York, but I love being close to it. And I feel like Jersey's a good balance of like, you're right next to New York. You can get in there pretty easily, but you're not in New York. So I'd say that's probably the only thing.
The worst thing are the toll roads. They're everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't like that when I went. Just too many.
I mean, you need the easy pass thing to stick
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I got my new car, I forget, I had to drive it home on toll only roads, and I didn't have an extra like transponder because I didn't even think about it like when I went to buy the car. And so I got billed $106 in toll violations or something.
Great. Just
for driving it home.
Yeah.
And I tried disputing it, saying like, "Oh, I just bought this car. What do you expect me to do?" And they just responded saying like, "No, we rejected your dispute."
Wow. Okay. Well, listen. Again, this channel is very popular. If anyone from the state of New Jersey is watching this, cut Nate some slack. That is awful. That's probably how they get a lot of their money, actually, because there's no avoiding it in that.
With so many viewers, I bet somebody watching right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
was the person who rejected my reason.
Yeah.
For getting rid of the toll violation. So
that's true. So please reply in the comments after you smash that notification bell. I don't even know where to begin for my state. California.
Too many good things.
Good things.
Yeah.
I mean, for an outdoorsy person like me, the trails are amazing. They can't be beat. We've got a lot of national parks, many of which I've not been to. Had you come out here again, we should have gone to one, but we are where we are right now with the pandemic. We've got the theme parks. We got the original Disneyland, which save this for another day. And we've done this on a separate thing on my podcast with some other friends about Disney World versus Disneyland. But we got that, all the, like Hollywood and everything for someone who wanted to be in entertainment like me. Everything was right there. Really good Mexican food, really good ethnic food in general. Yeah, I can't even I will say this though. The downsides are there are tons of traffic because it's crowded in the metro areas.
Right.
The beaches, I think people imagine like you can swim everywhere, and that is just not the case. It's cold, and there's a lot of great white sharks, especially in Northern California. So I mean, nowhere is perfect, but
what about the fires?
That's true. And
I mean, it is a desert. Like, I think people need to understand. Oh, it is now, right? Like a lot,
but not the whole state. Not the whole state.
Not the whole state. You're right.
I don't think it is.
It's a big state. It's an extremely large state.
It's huge. I think people confuse that too. They're like, why don't you drive to LA more? I'm like, it's 7 hours from where I am.
Yeah, because even like the distance between LA and San Francisco is one thing, and then you realize there's a whole lot of state above it and a whole lot of state below LA,
and even to the side. You want to get to Yosemite,
side, right? Yeah, there's a lot.
It's a big state. Those little East Coast states. By the time they moved west, they're like, we're gonna make these states huge.
Well, they kept going, and then they were like, well, who actually went, like when they got to the middle of the country, like who wants to live
They're
out
like,
here?
no one's gonna live out in California.
Yeah,
We'll make
they're
it
just
big.
like big squares.
Yeah, there's no way it'll be 40 million people at some point, and it'll be like the 5th largest economy in the world. There's no way. Anyway, yeah, lots going for California, so, or the West Coast in general. So come on
I like the West Coast. I like California.
Yeah. Anytime, just come on back. Take the flight.
I'll probably be back at some point.
Yeah, take the flight. Go ahead.
I feel like in order to, like, if I want to advance in my career past a certain, like, there's ceilings, right, of what I can do here in New York. So
true. Now, for someone like me who's, again, like famous, I'll probably eventually have to go to
of course,
LA to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I do my thing online, but all right. So that's hopefully we pitched New Jersey and California well, at least California. Has your personality changed since you were little, or are you pretty much the same?
Oh, it's definitely changed.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting.
I mean, even like 5 years ago, I feel like it's changed, which is
really,
yeah, it's right around when we met, I guess.
Yes, I think so.
It's been 5 years.
I can't believe you didn't remember. I have it down. No, I think it has. I'm just kidding. 2016, 15, 14.
I think no, I think it was.
No, it wasn't 14. Yeah, maybe 2015.
Yeah, 16 was when the election was happening. That was our second year.
Yes, and we were bowling. We were bowling at that point. Yeah, I'm a great bowler, by the way. For anyone why, maybe I'll do a tip of tips on how to bowl, especially under pressure. How to bowl under pressure. Yeah. Maybe I'll do a video on that.
Especially when like Irvin would come back and he'd be frustrated after not getting like a perfect score because he was the best bowler in like the whole league. Yeah. And then you would be just intimidated by him coming back, like frustrated that he didn't get 300. Yeah. And you would bowl.
I would just
not a 300.
No, like the exact opposite. Lots of gutters. Lots of gutters. Did you have a feeling with the first day we met as bowling teammates, like, hey, I'll probably be best friends with this guy?
No, did you? Is that
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna be friends with this guy no matter what. Like he can't help it. I will force him to hang out with me. Wow. Yeah. And I did. And here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
And you can't escape me.
I tried moving across the country.
No escape. Work, so. No, technology, again.
I got to go international next time.
No, I still
more time zones in between.
Oh, that's true. Don't worry. I'll wake up 3 a.m. just to talk to you.
Yeah. Australia, maybe next. I don't know.
Yeah, you can pick up the accent. Okay, so wait. So you were what then before? Were you shy, I guess?
I was shy at one point.
I definitely was when I was super young.
Yeah. I'd say like all the way up until I'd say like middle school. And I feel like that's for everyone, right? Like middle school is sort of your like most transformative years where you kind of, you go through a bunch of hell.
Yeah, I say it's still awkward and not good for me, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's extremely awkward. But I guess my point is like socially, everything just keeps like blowing up. You know what I mean? You never stick with like one friend group. You don't even like, you're not the same person in each friend group, right? Like you're constantly like changing roles almost until you kind of figure out who you are. Yeah, I feel like that was me. I was definitely shy. I was the nerdy kid. I was like super into, I was actually really into reading when I was I
am surprised.
In elementary school. Yeah. Like they gave those like awards out for like how many books you read or something. I was like consistently like fighting for the top position or something.
Really?
Yeah, reading a ton of books.
You don't read much anymore, right?
No. I've tried to since quarantine. I picked up a bunch of
that's
books
good.
And things that I actually like, but I think I lose focus a lot, right? Like I mean, I guess years of playing video games and sitting in front of a screen and monitor that's constantly changing does that to you. But yeah.
You should read Deep Work. I just read it recently, and it talks exactly about that. And you're reading while you're doing it, but it talks about the distractions and a lot of things people get distracted with now, including like chat windows and how much that actually really distracts your brain.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's honestly, it's like, I mean, we don't have to dive into this, but for work, it's just exhausting, right? Like I think no one's doing good work when it's just like bombardment of like
constantly.
And calendar invites, and I'm like in meetings, I'm getting emails, and it's just like I feel like I'm not doing anything. I'm just reacting.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not actively doing anything. It's just like I just keep receiving and responding, and it's just not good.
Oh, we should do a great deep podcast on this.
I've
got a lot to say on this. Maybe we need to do like some pre-points beforehand.
I told you how much time do we have?
Yeah, I know, because I have a lot to say about that too. I completely agree. Okay, and then so up to
what was this about?
5 years ago? Yeah, you said 5 years ago it changed.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I consider, I mean, I've become more conscious, I guess, about like my flaws in friendships and relationships. That's one. So like I used to, I don't know. I feel like I used to be better about it. Just like staying connected with people. Maybe I thought it was easier. I don't know. But like, especially coming out of college and then, starting my first job or whatever, it just got harder. I feel like
it just gets harder. It does.
Yeah. I feel like people like, I mean, it's natural that like people start drifting apart, but also like to me, like I used to go on social media. I used to like, I don't know, message people, hey, what's up? Like, how's it going? Or I used to text people. I don't do any of that anymore. Like, I don't ever like reach out.
Well, you're lucky you have me as a friend then.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, really, like I do have a lot of people that like force me to.
Right.
And it's always great. It's not like I don't want to. It's just like, I don't know. It's weird.
Well, there's a lot of responsibility.
I've become more like, maybe I've become more hermit-like. I don't know. Just hold up here in my New Jersey household and just sit here and do nothing.
But you kind of like that, somewhat.
Somewhat, a little bit. But I think
back in the day, I
have a different world, right? Like I play a lot of games, and I have a lot of friends that I play games with that I've never met in person. So it's almost like two worlds, right? Like in-person world and then online. So I guess for people like in quarantine, especially that don't have that, I can totally see how they go crazy. But for me, it's just like, all right, more time to this.
Right. Yeah, that's true. A lot of what I do was like, well, I liked going out and doing things, but a lot of what I did was still at home too, though I realized during the quarantine. And being able to still talk to people like this, which is held. I mean, it's not as good as in person, but overall,
it's for me, it's been like, it's annoying, or like, I used to like to travel a lot.
But now, that too. Yes.
Yeah, I was traveling like last year. I flew over 100,000 miles the last year alone.
Yeah.
And I miss it. Like I was flying.
And you and I still have not gone on a trip together, really. Well, we once to Disneyland. But like I was supposed to meet you in Japan and didn't. And
that was the year that Disneyland shut down because it flooded.
Yeah, and we're like, this is so weird. This never happened.
The whole time we were there.
It did. Yeah, nonstop.
We were there. We were at the park when they like shut down the park. You remember? Like pouring.
It flooded, and I warned the group. The group got annoyed that I kept saying it's gonna rain, it's gonna suck. But I was right. It was beyond rain. It was really bad. No, agreed. And we were supposed to go to Japan, but I just started a new job that I no longer work at, so I regret that because I wish I had just gone out there with you. I wish I'd got another great many videos.
Yeah, there's a lot to do.
Regrets. There's a lot to reflect on this quarantine. But okay, for me, I think yes, I was super shy as a kid, and I'm still decently. I think most people say this, like shy when it's like somewhat shy when it's new people and you're in a new group, not like incredibly, but like somewhat. But I got more outgoing in high school. That's when I was like, people were like, you're actually pretty funny. And I was like, I let that get to my head. And that's why you're doing this now. A little more outgoing at that point, but you're right. And then you get like older and you get more responsibilities and it gets hard to stay in touch with people. But when you miss them enough, like when you miss me and you're like, John, I want to be on your vlog, you reach out again.
I think the funny thing is though, I feel like most kids go through that like arrogance stage where like something in their life is like good or exceptional or something. They had some ability or talent or something, and like people recognize it, and then you get like a big head, you get like, a big ego.
Oh yeah.
And then it just takes like I remember this happened to me because I don't know, I was like in elementary school, I was testing high or something like that. And my sister had like done all these tests, whatnot, and she had skipped 6th grade, like she went 7th.
Never had that happen to me, but yeah.
And 5th to 7th, first off, I don't know
That's a
why
big...
they chose those grades. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Imagine missing
Yeah,
6th
yeah.
grade, which is like when everyone gets thrown into middle school for the
Yeah.
first time. And socially, like there's so
Yeah.
much that you have to learn, right?
Oh,
And
for
it takes
sure.
time, and so you just jump from 5th to 7th. All the cliques have formed, right? You're in 7th grade, and you're like this outsider that everyone's gonna
Yeah.
make fun of, and
Oh,
terrible,
God.
terrible
The
setup.
worst, probably the worst age.
Yeah.
7th
So
and
they
8th
decided
grade.
to
Yeah.
do it to me as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, that
I never
you
knew.
didn't know?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. That's why I graduated high school when I was 17.
This is why
That's
you're
yeah.
so, and we won't get into what you do exactly, but you're so high up in what you do. I didn't realize that.
So but the funny thing was, like, I mean, 6th grade is like a review year. So I honestly, like, I'd say most people aren't missing much academically, but socially I missed a ton, right? I came in and I had this like super big head, like inflated ego, right? Coming in like, oh, I'm hot shit, right?
Yeah.
And I had no friends, like 0 friends.
Yeah. What grade was this again?
I was made fun of
7th.
like every day. This is in 7th grade.
Oh.
So like because all of like my friend groups, right, were still in 6th grade. They weren't in any of my classes.
Yeah.
And I thought it was hot shit coming in, like telling people, yeah, I'm smarter than you, like I'm so cool. And they like tore me down, which was good, right? Like in hindsight, it was good. At the time, I felt like shit. So then it was like I went from a super high to a super low to a
yes. Oh, yeah. It does that though. So like the environment changes. Like for me, it was high school to college, because by college it's like everyone was like partying and I was not a party person. So shock the viewers, but I wasn't. And so it was harder to like make friends like in that regard, because I like all the classic college things people like to do, I didn't. And so it was like super hard to make friends there. Yeah. And then like work came along, and then that luckily like is an environment where it's a little more steady with like the people you're around, and then everyone's more than willing to like, oh sure, let me go like grab food or something, because by the end of the day you do want that, you know. And joining bowling teams.
Yeah, that's true. That was the best. Like I missed that so much, even though like it sucked that the place smelled all the time. It was like this stale, musty, like
but I don't think that would surprise anyone. I think that's
no, yeah. I mean, everyone's like, yeah, my bowling alley smells like that. Yeah. The food was like,
oh god.
I mean,
and you guys used to, and this is pre-corona, you guys used to eat the food with your fingers after touching the greasy ball. Like you probably got a few sicknesses from that for sure.
Sure. Yeah, I definitely believe it. It was disgusting. Everything in that place, like you would only wash your hands at the end of the night, which defeats the purpose when you're like drinking and eating. And I'm definitely way more conscious of like germs and stuff now. I think everyone is, but yeah, like I don't know. It was a lot of fun. Like I would totally do it over again.
Yeah.
I tried to join a place here actually.
Oh, did you? That's good.
Yeah, and it was like
all happened.
It was right when all this happened. So I joined the league in January.
Yeah.
It was like the end of January. We met once to like go over the league rules or something. And then the second time we actually bowled. And the third week they canceled because of COVID. No. So
did you get your money back? I guess you still bowled.
Yeah, it was like week by week or something.
Oh, okay. So
that's like, just cancel the thing. Yeah. It was a shame. I bowled really well. Like my first time in years, I did pretty well.
I'm kind of curious to see how I bowl again. I haven't bowled in ages. But I, like, of course, in my recent move, wheeled my bowling stuff over and looked at it fondly with like, oh, I haven't bowled in ages, even though again, this will surprise people, like not that good. But yeah, it'll be good to go back at some point.
I think it's so funny. Like competitive bowling was something that, like to most people, they're like, I didn't know people did that. Or like they knew that it was a thing, but they thought, what you do in like middle America, because everything else is like.
But it's such a great way to meet people.
No, it is. Absolutely.
I mean, that's how we became friends. Like, fun, I know. I want more opportunities like that. And I'm a huge wiffle ball fan. My goal eventually, although I don't want to fully run it because that's too much responsibility. Like I want to have like a wiffle ball group similar to what we had when you were out here, but like a little more formal.
Yeah.
I missed
like
that
a
too.
Set time. And
yes. Yeah. And we don't have to like. The problem is I tried to do it on. Remember when like Meetup was a little more prevalent?
Yeah, a little bit.
Meetup.com. And I tried to like make a wiffle ball group, and then it just proved to be like, even after they're like, "What are the rules? How do we do this? And when are you going to do that next one?" I was like, "This is just too much responsibility."
Yikes.
So I gave up running it. And then Meetup also like charges, which I didn't realize, like to keep an event, like you had like to pay for to be a leader.
Oh, of course.
I gave up on that, but I'm gonna bring back. Yeah. So many good. Be fun again too.
I always pulled something in my back every time that we played wiffle ball.
I did not know. You never said that.
No, yeah, all the time, because I swung as hard as I possibly could.
Oh.
Every time. That's how you hit those homers.
I mean, I was careful and selective about my homers. So I didn't hurt my back. This has to be just the right pitch.
I don't think I ever saw one, but
yeah.
Well, maybe I saw one.
No, excuse me. There was some, and if you go back on social media, don't worry, I recorded one for eternity on Facebook.
Good idea.
Yeah, it had to be done. Okay, we'll probably see one more question. Because I feel like we had some really good ones and good points.
Yeah.
All right, let's just do. Okay, we'll just end on. It's a random one to end on. It's like it's probably not that interesting. What's the farthest you've walked in a day?
That's a great question. I know you're thinking that it's low, right? Like I know that.
No, I actually didn't think that. I was thinking so much of my answer, I didn't even think of yours.
I mean, I don't know.
You've gone on some excursions. Yeah. I know that. Yeah.
It's probably. I'm trying to think. It's either between when I was at Disney World.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, that's gonna be similar.
Or when we were in France, in Paris. It's between one of those two. Yeah. And I feel it was easily over 10 miles.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Disney World might have won, but that's just like in my head by the end of it. We tried to drink around the world at Epcot at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So like we're exhausted. It was like 3 p.m. in Orlando. And it was like 98 degrees and like 100% humid. It was like so humid that you could just feel it.
Oh, and yes.
We're like exhausted. We get to the first place and we have one drink. And I just remember like almost falling asleep sitting there trying to drink like one drink. And we just gave up. We were like, all right, let's go home.
You didn't get sick or anything then?
No.
Was it one drink you said total? Or is it the end you had a drink?
No, yeah, it was just one. We didn't. You're supposed to drink around the world.
Okay, you didn't even do it. I thought you were saying you were at your last drink.
No,
okay.
we got
it's just too hot. Yeah. See, this is Disney World in a nutshell. Yeah. Granted, when I've gone to the national parks, mainly with Kenny's the main person I've gone with to those. Many videos on this channel. I don't know why I'm pointing down. Click the videos down. Even though they'd be to the side, I guess. The thing.
Over there.
Subscribe. As the kids say, those are probably the ones, but in terms of like how you actually like feel it and when I looked at my phone the most for like how many steps I've done, it was Disneyland between the two parks, because there was a day with like no breaks or anything. I was there for like, I don't know how many hours, 13 hours, and it ended up being like 15 miles. Yeah, because like getting the fast passes and running, it's crazy for like a small
walking.
In a small area, but you're going.
Is that long?
No,
on the ride for like a minute, and then you do another like 30 minutes to an hour walking.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it's funny, we have almost the same thing, but Europe had to be some examples too, or even like, I feel like even DC, the few times I've been there, I did a ton of walking because I never like have a car there, so you're just walking, and everything's like spaced out. But who knows? We know you didn't walk to McDonald's.
I did not. Yeah.
We know that much. When was the last time you had McDonald's?
Oof. Pretty recently.
Oh,
again, it was one. Yeah, it was one of those things where like I don't have it nearly as often. It's like maybe once every other month or something. But it's one of those things where it's
you got to treat yourself.
9 o'clock and it always comes down. It's like nighttime. Every other place is closed, and you have to think about where I live. Mm-hmm. I don't live like people consider New York City. They're like, oh, you get food anywhere at any time.
No, I've been where you live. Yeah,
I live in chain after chain, like that part of America where it's just like you got the Applebee's, you got the Chili's, and that's about it.
Right.
So all that stuff closes down at like 8 o'clock because I basically live in a retirement home.
You do, yeah.
Like there's nobody around me that's even close to my age. I bet like
I remember from the time I visited. I went for a run around your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saw these
It's
old
all
people,
retirees.
Yeah. Going to sleep at 4:00 in the afternoon. Yeah. Oh, hey, Bill.
Yeah. You're just really gonna be prepared for that age.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just know it all. I mean, I know these people live
the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Or you can
I'm here for it. I'm here for that kind of just relax, and I'm ready to be retired right now. Honestly, I could totally retire right now. It's not financially, but in my,
I think,
yeah,
just do it.
Yeah, I'm just done working.
Just do it. Fire.
Yeah, it's been enough. Yeah,
I agree. Completely agree.
Just work is dumb.
Agree. Oh man, what a great way to end this. It's true. Yeah, we're gonna go in depth about the whole whatever we can with work stuff another time, because I would like to do that. But that's it is. Well, we'll make it.
That'll be like a special
safe
episode.
Yeah, but I have things to share too. Not some like rants for sure.
Yeah, I know. We ranted for hours last time we talked, and
we did.
There's still more.
Oh yes, and we will after I end this recording. Just fun fact for the viewers. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Anyone who how long did we go? 45 minutes. That flew by. That just flies by when you're talking.
How many ad rolls are you gonna put in this?
Oh, so many. Except I'm not a partner on YouTube. But again, anyone at YouTube, please add me as a partner. And the comedy channel. I feel like the comedy channel is close to partnership status again. Over 1,000 subs.
Wow.
Watch time, I think it's good. Views per video averages 30, but
wait, I thought you were talking about that channel. Oh, you have two channels.
This is for the vlog channel. This is for John Brandt Vlogs, because this is just more just talking. Nate, fun fact, has been great sport. Been on the other channel too. My parents actually loved the fast food episode we did together, which is the last time you were here. They loved it.
Nice.
They thought it was
good. Remember that.
Yeah. It was good. It was a like outdoor adventure one.
Yeah.
Those were the days too. We need to get you back. Kevin, if you're watching, I know I've texted you 100 times and we've filmed here and there, but just one more time, before things get crazy for you. If you're watching this, would love to film with you for the comedy channel. Anyway, I'm going on in tangents. Thank you, Nathaniel. That's his full name for anyone wondering. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye. Okay, now I almost hit